My bucket of lard is no longer in the floor in the way. Working on goals. I just decided I was just going to move some stuff around. It's going to be easier getting in and out of these buckets with them being up here on the countertop. Hey y'all, this is Marie from our Okie Homestead. I'm always struggling trying to find more storage, it seems like. Looking for more storage, always. I mean, you can see stuff up on top of the cabinets. A whole jug of laundry detergent, for whatever reason, erupted out of its plastic jug. And, you know, honestly, that's not the first time that's ever happened to me. So, thank goodness for my floor bait, because it sucked it right up. That thing's a workhorse. I'm like, you know, I'm tired of all this mess here in front of these cabinets. Every time I need to get in here, I had to move a bunch of stuff out of the way just to be able to get in there. So you can see it's like, I don't really access it a whole lot. I mean, there's a lot more room. I mean, I still have a lot of room to be able to add some stuff. I don't like, and then plus, the stuff up here. So anytime I have to get to my buckets, I had them moved over on this side. Well, I've swapped it. So I ordered a couple things that I'm going to put to use. Here. And I'm going to show you one of them here in a minute. The step ladder is to be able to get up to the top in these taller cabinets because they're all the way to the ceiling. All right. I love these cabinets. I mean, this is like, whew, this was one of the selling points of the house to me, was all the cabinets in the utility room. So, for years we had tools and stuff in here, and now they're all out in the carport / garage. I want this space to be free from any obstructions except for the stepladder. That will make everyday cleaning and not having to work around stuff that's piled up against stuff and not having to move stuff to be able to get to other stuff. I don't want to have to be doing all that. I don't need to be like awkwardly trying to reach across over stuff up on a stepladder. You know, I'm that age, so it's like, yeah, last thing I need is fall and break a hip. So, and I've already fell a couple times. My shoulder. My shoulder. I was at a Facebook discussion. I don't even remember which group. We were talking about storage options for boots. Like this. The tall muck boots. That my boot tray, the smaller one, actually fits over there just perfect. I mean, look at that. It fits perfect. So I thought, okay, I'm going to get me some of these welly hangers, as they call them. And I'm going to leave the boot tray here. And see how tall, this is like one of the taller pair of boots. There's shorter boots, taller boots. I'm going to take a taller pair of boots and put it in the holder to see how far up I need to go. That's one of the reasons behind me adding this storage in this corner. Because of the fact that I need to make it where everyday cleaning is a little bit easier to do. Because as you get older and you get arthritis or some other kind of health issues, even everyday tasks can get hard to do. I'm trying to make things easier, daily upkeep, so that way when I'm down, I'm sick, it's not as hard to come in and just do a light cleaning. I've got to make things where it's just easier. This, pulled out of here, I'll show you what I ordered. And I'm taking this idea from the people over in the UK, because they have what they call their muck boots wellies. Welly, W-E-L-L-Y, I believe. So, I got on Amazon and did a search and looked for welly hangers. And this is what I got. And I know I'm going to have to use one of these sheetrock, because odds are my studs are not going to hit where I need them to. There's like 3 holes to screw it in. But that's what it is. come with instructions. Look at that. Pretty basic installation instructions. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing here. That's how the boot, you just put your boot in there, and then that way the heaviest part of the boot is closer to the wall and not out here. I'm going to get this marked, figure out if I have to put the sheetrock deals in the wall, which I'm probably going to have to with the spacing of those holes. So it won't be too bad. I'm sure y'all probably seen people do this stuff before, and it's so dark in that corner that odds are you're not going to be able to see me doing it anyway. Do what I can. And I'm trying to get stuff a little bit, these little jobs like this done as I can, because the nausea is like, it still comes and goes. I keep having these other spells, you know. Anyway, so I'm trying to get things like this done so that there's less mess in here too. Because when somebody comes in from working down at one of the barns or something, then just pull your boots off and put them in that corner, and then they're over there out of the way and not over here getting knocked around, knocked out on the floor. Plus we always end up with like a dirt stuff around it from falling off the boots and stuff. And so many boots only fit in a tray at one time. And so they all pile up on top of each other. So then they're falling out on the floor, all this stuff. So then you got stuff that's like when you come in and you're having to come across to the washer and dryer, guess what's in the way? It's in the way for that too. And it's a fall hazard. And I'm already a fall risk, so I don't need to be leaving things in the way like that. We had a coat hanger on this door, and the coats would just be right here. Well, big bulky coats, and that door was always like standing open like that. So with big bulky coats on there, that door would be always standing like that. So it's like when you come in, you got this in the way, you got boots done fell out on the floor, and so it's like you got about a 2-foot trail that you can squeeze through. So that's another reason behind doing this and pulling the stuff out of there and getting it put on the inside. Now what was on the inside was my ironing board and iron. And since this utility room is always so crowded, it's like, this is not even a good place to even think you're going to put the ironing board up. There's no room in here. It's just too much. I mean, the box is just trash. It's just waiting for me to take it out to the trash. All right. And then, like I said, this stuff is going to the barn. So all this stuff needs to be clear and free so it's easier to come through and you don't have blockages in your way. See there? I just added a foot. So I got 3 feet, and I know that because these tiles are a square foot. All right, they're all square foot, each one. Well, that's funny what it's doing with my finger. That looks weird. Anyway, so that's an extra square foot. And so, like, when you come walking in here, you got a whole lot bigger area to be able to walk through that you don't have to worry about tripping over stuff. So, that's why I'm doing this. Working on goals. Anyway, I'm going to get this done. I hope y'all have a good one.